Hey everyone, welcome to chapter 2. This is getting started, and this is going to be a really fun one because you're actually going to start getting some of the resources and tools in your arsenal to start learning about charts. So, on this agenda, we're going to go over signing up for charting platforms and determining which platform is best for you. So, all traders need a charting platform. This is how you will mark important zones and determine how and when to enter and exit your trades. And we recommend TradingView or Thinkorswim with Charles Schwab, and each of these platforms has their own pros and cons, which we will cover here. The first one we're going to go over is TradingView, and this is the one that I personally use, so I can give you additional resources and additional videos later on. But for now, we're going to talk about pros and cons. So this platform has a very robust set of charting tools. It is very customizable, it's user-friendly for new traders, the tools are easy to find and to understand. You can learn to paper trade, which is simulated trading, before you start taking real trades. You can even connect your prop firm accounts to TradingView and execute your trades directly on TradingView. So if it's something you're comfortable with already, it's going to be super user-friendly for you. So a selected amount of prop firms have the capability to connect, but not all will be able to, so just keep that in mind. So when you're signing up for prop firms, look at all of their options they have available. You don't need to apply with any of your personal information, such as your income level and your trading experience, to have a TradingView account. And that's really important. So for people that are younger or don't have any trading experience, this is what I recommend as a go-to. It is mobile friendly, so it's great for traders that travel or want a simplified trading system. And certain prop firms have now integrated their version of TradingView, such as TopStep-X and Bulinox Project X. So you're going to see a lot of similarities from TradingView to those platforms. So it's just going to feel like second nature at that point. And TradingView also has great back testing capabilities. So when you're a new trader, even experienced traders, going back to back test how the day played out, where you may have entered or exited your trades is going to be really, really important for just growing as a trader overall. Some of the cons of TradingView is that it does have a monthly subscription plus an extra subscription for futures data from the CME group. The CME group is where we get all of our futures information from, so it is an extra subscription. But the New York Stock Exchange data does come with your subscription by default, so you don't have to worry about that one. But it's just 2 subscriptions that you're going to have to sign up with. It's not too expensive, so I'll show you some of the prices in a moment. Another con is that it is slightly different in the closure of the candles from Thinkorswim. So whenever I'm going over candles or like price, with some of the other members in the group that are looking at Thinkorswim, there may be like a 0.25 or 0.50 difference. It's not really enough to make matters, that worse or to make it difficult. But just keep that in mind because it's the way that the data comes over from the market exchange itself. So just keep that in mind. It is visually different from Thinkorswim, so when you're learning with some of our other mentors that use Thinkorswim, it is going to look different. The tick chart is different from Thinkorswim, so TradingView only allows like the 100, the 500 tick. It doesn't have the exact tick chart that Thinkorswim does, so just keep that in mind. And also TradingView does not have some of the same indicators as Thinkorswim, such as pivot points or the accumulative overnight volume. And those are really big trading tools that Danny has when he goes over looking at the week and looking at current price action. But so I think it's good to have both TradingView and Thinkorswim, but just keep that in mind that TradingView typically doesn't have that. So when you're signing up for your TradingView account, you want to sign up as a non-professional. So we are not professionals that are working for institutions. We are not working for hedge funds, nor are we even working for prop firms. We're independent traders for prop firms, but we're not employees of prop firms. So when you're selecting your options, be sure you're on non-professional. You also want to toggle it to the monthly subscription. Unless you do want to pay annually, but I would say when you're first starting out, just pay your monthly subscription. It's going to make things a little bit easier. Whenever TradingView has their big holiday sales, you can upgrade to an annual subscription and you can save some money. But right off the get-go, just sign up for your monthly, and then you can just always determine when you want to either upgrade to a different plan or go for the annual plan. The one that I have is the Essential plan. It's $14.95 a month. So it's not too bad. I just kind of like think of it as like a Netflix subscription. And it does allow you to have 2 charts per tab, which is pretty much all you need when you're working with futures. And this is the extra data subscription that you'll need to consider. So down here at the bottom, we have the CME group, and this is for CME, CBOT, COMEX, and the new NYMEX. If you don't subscribe to it, data is delayed by 10 minutes, which we don't recommend trading with delayed data. You always want current data, and it's just $7 a month, so it's not too expensive. This is what my trading view looks like. You can customize your candle colors, you can customize your background, you can even make a list of some of your favorite futures that you like to watch. It's got up here different time frames, like your 1 minute. You can change your candles, different indicators that you can choose from. You can set alerts, and even over here, this is where you would select to put either like 2 charts side by side. You can put them on top and bottom, or you can just go with 1 chart. But we'll go into more TradingView tools and resources in a different video. And this is an example of what the TradingView adapted trading chart looks like on Project X. I do believe that TopStep X has the similar charting and trading tools as well, but you'll see that it looks really, really similar to TradingView, and you can also customize your Project X tools and candles over on Bulanox. And now we'll talk about Thinkorswim. So some of the pros with Thinkorswim is that it's free with your Charles Schwab account. So just by being a Charles Schwab member and signing up for an investment account, you can have Thinkorswim for free. Plus, you do also get your CME futures data for free as well. This platform also has a very robust set of charting tools. It has been the gold standard for traders for many, many years. It's customizable, and it's great to have if you plan to trade options. You can trade futures so you can trade futures if you plan to have a cash account, but it's not recommended to trade futures on Thinkorswim because there's other trading platforms that are just very specific for futures. And you can still paper trade on Thinkorswim, but it's not as adaptable as TradingView. Some of the cons is that it can be more difficult to navigate. It's not as modern looking. It's not as mobile friendly for charting. You cannot connect your broker and trade directly on the screen, and it is not as adaptable for back testing. And when we say broker, we mean like Trade-of-8 or NinjaTrader or even some of the prop firms. So you would have to trade on those other separate platforms. So just keep those things in mind. I do ultimately recommend having both Thinkorswim and TradingView, but if you had to pick one or the other to start with, just determine which one is best for you. And this is an example of Thinkorswim. So as you can see, you can still customize your candles. Up here, you have your different time frames, how you want your candles to look, different drawing sets, and different studies such as like different indicators. So with Thinkorswim, you would need to set up a Charles Schwab account. And I do recommend that if you are creating a Charles Schwab account, to at least get to this point where you can qualify for options trading. We don't do a lot of options trading right now in the group, but some of us do have options trading experience, and we would love for you to have the opportunity. So when you're going through all of the selections to create your account, be sure that you're at least going for the level 2, which gives you all of the information from level 1 for long calls and puts. And this is basically for the options. Now, there are videos like on YouTube on how to qualify for this level of options trading, and I do recommend you to go through that to see how you want to do your application. This isn't financial advice, but there are some qualifications that Charles Schwab does require for you to be able to trade options, and that may require a higher income level or a longer trading experience. I can't tell you what to put. You're definitely going to have to make your own choices there. But just keep in mind that when you apply for Charles Schwab and you don't get the qualification for options, in the future, you'll either have to go back and reapply for that level, or, just get them to ask them to access it for you. But we definitely want you to just at least have that ability now rather than worrying about it later on. And also, to trade options actively, you'll likely want level 2 or higher, depending on whether you're buying or using spreads. And when it comes to Charles Schwab for futures, most future traders usually don't use Charles Schwab for futures due to the higher personal capital that's required. Instead, we use prop firms such as Apex, Bulinex, TopStep, etc. And there are different system types that traders like to use. So most traders do use a Windows-based system to have access to NinjaTrader. And NinjaTrader's full desktop version is only available on Windows. It's not available on Mac unless you use something called Parallels, but Parallels has its own very costly monthly subscription. But otherwise, Mac users can trade. We have access to TradingView. We do have access to Thinkorswim, and also access to web-based platforms to trade as well. But just keep that in mind if you're someone who really, really wants to use NinjaTrader, that typically only Windows users can use it. And overall, just please don't spend a lot of money up front to buy a full trading rig or setup. Start with learning the basics, testing your strategies, and then when you have consistent payouts, you can upgrade your trading space. And that's it for today's video. We will cover how to customize your TradingView in a separate SideQuest video, and I'll show you some more tools, resources, indicators, and things that you can use. But for now, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next chapter.